Uh, uh, And a very warm welcome to Bendigo's Queen Elizabeth Oval for round 3 of NAB League action live through the NAB League app. Download it through the App Store or Google Play Store. It's a triple header. It's a Victorian country triple header coming your way today. First up, we have the Bendigo Pioneers and Gippsland Power. That'll be followed by the Dandenong Stingrays and Geelong Falcons. And then the final game of the day will be the Murray Bushrangers taking on the GWV Rebels. I'm Matthew Cox. Great to have your company. Joining me in the commentary box today is Philip Crooks. How are you, Crooksy?
I'm very good, Matt. And Bendigo has turned on an absolute perler today. We've all been out on the ground. It was a little bit of morning dew this morning. I think it might have been single figures when we woke up. But the sun is shining. I think it's going to get quite warm today. In racing parlance, Rick, the track would be a good 3.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of give in it, Crooksy.
Yeah.
So it's actually in really good shape today.
Like the 18th green at Augusta. And in our memory, we've been doing it for over 10 years, Rick. I can't remember going to a round 3 game with Bendigo undefeated.
No, it's fantastic to see Bendigo. They've worked really hard to get this club in real good shape, and they've started the season on fire. And this is a really interesting game with Gippsland having to travel the furthest.
Now, Bendigo, we've got up on the screen at the moment players to keep an eye out for today. Brodie Kemp stands 190 centimetres plus, and he's another hybrid player who can play as a key forward or a key back. He played well at centre-half back for Vic Country last year. Thompson Dow, we might know that surname, former high draft pick Paddy Dow. It's his brother Thompson. We often talk of players with 2 first names. Now we've got a player with 2 last names, Rick.
That's it.
Thompson Dow. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And a young fellow that we interviewed last year, James Shishka. 190 centimetres tall. He was injured last year when we were up here and got to speak to him. Great young fella. So I'm looking forward to seeing James in action today for the mighty Pios.
Also named as their captain for the Pioneers, James Shishka.
Okay.
Our very own. We've grabbed onto him in the commentary box. Very talented player. As we now take a look at the Gippsland Power side, Rick, they've also got a little bit of talent.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing a couple of these lads who've been in the system for quite a while. Caleb Sarong, who's a fantastic cricketer as well, just coming off a cricket season, but he's an exciting prospect. 178 centimetres, but can take a big flying grab. And we're looking forward and can snag a goal, Caleb. Also Sam Flanders, who's filled out a little bit over the years and real strong-bodied, will play a bit more midfield nowadays. So looking forward to see how Sam has developed. And also we've got Kyle Dunkley, brother of Josh and father-son
of
Andrew. Of course, played at Sydney Swans.
He did.
And was a fantastic player. Played a lot at centre-half back, Andrew, but looking real forward to having a good look at Kyle Dunkley. He's number 11 today.
There's one other there, Rick, I just noticed on the screen, number 8, William Papley, brother of Tom Papley, who's carving it up for the Sydney Swans, and grandson of Max Papley for the guys even older than us, Rick.
South Melbourne,
played in the 60s with Bobby Skilton, and I remember him captain coach of Williamstown in the early days, Rick, but you and I go back a little bit further than the rest. But,
you remember too much, Crook.
But Tommy Papley, now there's a classic case. Where was we called his top age year, and he came from nowhere, didn't he, really? Yeah,
and has become one of the leading small forwards in the game, isn't he? Exciting young star, Tom. Just brilliant. Another player I did mean to mention for Bendigo, I don't think you called this game last year, Rick, but Braden Vaz. In old parlance, he's a spring-heeled jack, Rick. He doesn't mind going for a fly, and he took an absolute screamer at Windy Hill last year. Very, very good. Looking forward to seeing how Braden has gone.
And you mentioned, Crooksy, that the Pioneers started the season well, 2 wins already. Last year at Windy Hill, the Pioneers did beat Gippsland, and I think they were sitting second on the ladder at the time.
And Bendigo were all the way down at 12th.
They did.
So they've got a bit of form.
Bendigo only getting the 2 wins last year, and they've already got that for 2019, so I've certainly started on a positive step. The Gippsland Power, they're 1-1 after going down to the Dandenong Stingrays by 6 points last week. Good crowd building here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval.
Now, just as the players line up, I'm trying to find today the player that's travelled the furthest. Furthest? That's right, correct term. And the clubhouse leader at the moment will be number 29 for Gippsland, Tyron Rees, who lives in Bairnsdale. So that's a fair way. It's a good trip from Bairnsdale to Morwell to catch the bus. And then it was a 6 or 7 hour bus trip yesterday to get up here to Bendigo, and these boys stayed overnight. And I'm sure there's a couple of Pios. Their territory goes all the way up to Bendigo, so up to Bendigo, you idiot, up to Mildura. So there might be a few that have travelled that far. But I think Bairnsdale's going to be the clubhouse leader. And I'm just who's the next game? Murray. That won't be as far. Pardo might have someone for the Rebels that lives way down west.
About to get this one underway here at Queen Elizabeth Oval. To take us away, here's Rick Morris.
Shiny, sunny conditions here at QE Oval, and a big tap out. Flanders paddles it forward for Gippsland. Can't quite break away, but they've sharked it nicely that time through Sparks, who gets it down to full forward. There's an attempted mark, didn't quite hold onto it. Bendigo with the clearance through Leas, gets it out wide towards the boundary side. Fitzgerald was all caught up. He's got support, but the Gippsland Powers getting back in numbers, are able to have a shot on goal here from the pocket, and just hitting the post through for a behind to get the first score of the day. One behind Gippsland, and Bendigo move it on quickly.
Braden Vaz kicks to the centre of the ground. Left foot goes in short, finds a man centre wing. In the shadows over there is Caleb Fisher. He goes to centre half forward. Oh, they all flew, all up, no down. Bendigo, big chance here. Could have handballed over the top. Lack of talk there. And last line of defence, it is Hourigan.
Just that crucial fumble at that moment, just put him off balance there. It should have been an easy goal.
Bendigo with the out of bounds on the full, just underneath the scoreboard. They kick to centre half forward, comes over the back. A few nerves at the start of the game. Bendigo at the fall of the ball. Caught in a tackle is Roberts. And the umpire will come in and ball this up. Half forward flanks, City end of the ground. Few around this contest. Up they go. Bit of holding, and Zach Skinner. Brother, play on, play on, play on. It's taken by Flanders. Flanders kicks to centre wing. Fall of the ball. This is Papley. Papley kicks to half forward. Looking for a mark. One-on-one ball trickles over the boundary line, out of bounds. Forward pocket at the northern end of the ground.
Both sides looking as though they're playing just a couple of men back off the ball.
Sure that's North Grushky?
I'll work that out, Rick. You always
I'm backing it in, it's not. They throw it in, half forward. Gippsland attacking. Got a number around this one. Little handout, doesn't get out of the troubled zone. It's picked up nicely there by Berry. Gets it across, but here's the intercept, and the Bendigo Pioneers will kick it long in the direction of their forward in Johnson. They get it out the back door, but too many powers, and they get it across to Sparks. Sparks goes on the grandstand side, and he hits up his teammate Phillips. Phillips just weighing up his options, will get on the left and kick down the line. Good body work, was able to just push his player out there, Smith. Gets it towards boundary side and out of bounds. It goes.
Both sides looking to attack fairly quickly up the middle. Brady Rouse was at Pioneers off half-back, just escaping the tackle. Unfortunately wasn't direct enough to hit a target at the half-forward area.
They bring it to ground quickly. Just trying to work it out of there was Worm. He's like a worm there at the bottom of the pack there. They'll get up. And we'll have another ball up. 30 metres out from goal. Gippsland attacking. fisted away, or the tackle was laid and lost possession. Play on's a call. Onto the left nicely was Berry. He gets it to the pocket. He follows up his work. He should be able to have a snap-on goal. Berry goes for goal, and he puts it through.
That'll be a contender for the Open University's Plays of the Week, no doubt. Good follow-up there, Matt.
Certainly was. Just found space up against the boundary line to thread the needle there for the Gippsland Power and get our first major of the day here at Queen Elizabeth Oval. Beautiful play there by Sam Berry. 180 centimetres and 82 kilos he comes in at. And just early stats, 4 inside 50s to the Gippsland Power to 1 for the Bendigo Pioneers.
Skinner gets the tap down for Gippsland. It's taken by Dunkley. Kick to half forward, rolling towards the boundary. Bendigo just as happy to see it out. I've checked the compass, Rick, and northwest, southeast. But I'm going to go with the city end and the motel end. There's a motel up that end, Rick. Or the right of screen, left of screen. Ball thrown in. Tap down, quick snap there by Van der Plyte. Falls forward. Just out from goal. Oh, they're in the van here. And it's dribbled through. That is a goal to Fraser Phillips of Gippsland. They've got 2 on the board. 2-1-13 the Power. Bendigo yet to score.
Comes from Warragul. Fraser Phillips, aligned with St Paul's Anglican Grammar School. And a nice little dribbler kick off the ground there to get the Gippsland Power's second.
Started well, Gippsland.
Settled into the game.
Just got to get it up into their forward line, don't they, Bendigo? They have settled well, Matt. We're back in the middle. Got the 2 big ruckmen. They're 200 centimetres. Gundry gets it down. They work it. Good run off the back of the square. And Bendigo with the boot forward by Rhodey. Gets it down towards the goal.
Oh.
Just offline through for behind.
Second inside 50 there for the Pioneers. Just a little rushed going forward at the moment.
So Leo Conley will kick out from full back to a lead. Oh, nice take out in front. And it'll be booted forward by Pepper after that nice mark. Bit of a wobbly kick towards the wing in the shadows. Over the back it goes. Gippsland trying to work it free. They've got numbers and they'll work it down towards half forward, but it'll be all Bendigo and an intercept mark out there to Shiska.
James Shiska, the skipper of the Pios. Bit indecisive, not sure this way, that way, decides to go laterally. He's got Rolls, who drops what he probably should have taken, shrugs the tackle, gets around, kicks to centre wing, got a man on the lead, not taken. Oh, tackle, strong tackle there. A real wrestling tackle, and that will be, umpire looks, and decides he will ball it up right in front of this heritage-listed beautiful grandstand here at QE Oval. Up they go. Oh, nice leap for the ruck there. That was Gundry. Close to the boundary line. Forced out, whistle, and free kick to Gippsland. And it's going to be taken by Caleb Sarong. One to keep in your little black book, Caleb. He gets it across, and that's taken by Pepper. Pepper kicks to centre half forward. Bendigo, scrappy footy. Ball pings out. Caught in a tackle. Stacks on the mill, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Certainly making the players earn their keep.
Been pretty good footy so far, hasn't it? Nice clean footy. Bendigo should be able to clear here, but ball was flipped out the back to Barry. He'll get it across to Conley. Conley over to half forward, out in front. Nice delivery. And Gippsland with the mark. Phillips, who's getting involved on that left, kicks it towards centre half forward. Oh, it's a bit of a troubled ball, but eventually Bendigo take the clearance, get it out towards centre half forward. Just running onto it. They'll get it out in the open if they can get players around them, and that they do, and it's flipped out the back and work towards the forward pocket. Nicely done by Reed. Picks it up, gives it back. Comes back, coming back nicely, and a great goal there to Kemp. Brody Kemp just drew it back, just enough to get inside the goalpost for a fine goal. And Bendigo's first, 1-1-7. They trail Gippsland 2-1-13. But better passage from Bendigo, Matt.
That was Open University's Players of the Week contender, that goal there from Brody Kemp. Judged it absolutely perfectly there. One of the players that's been selected as part of the 26-player squad for the Australian under-18 side that plays the Casey Demons VFL side on the 20th of April at the MCG. And definitely a talent to look out for the Pioneers.
Back in the middle. Ball spills out to the back. Oh, solid. That's how we love our footy. Bendigo kick it into centre half forward. Ball hits the deck. No one decisive. Quick handball by Cole. They work it backwards to go forwards. They need a bit of reprieve, and slips catch taken right on the boundary line. This is Zach Reed.
I'd pay that.
Pay that. That was out. Gets it over to Brock Smith. They switch play. Caleb Sarong kicks to centre wing under the shade of the trees. They overcome it. Bendigo. Lurch forward, tackle, dispossessed. Too high, says the umpire. Free kick to Bendigo. They'll take it on half forward. And this is Will Shaw. Shaw kicks deep. They need a big mark. Judged. Well judged mark taken by Caleb Fisher.
He held his ground, Fisher, and the others all flew up a touch early, and he was in the middle and just stood his ground.
Went off before acceptances, and good judge of the flight of the ball. Lovely kick in. Caleb, let me pick him up, Rick. Caleb Fisher comes in. He will kick it from 25 metres out, near enough to directly in front. No wind to contend with. Comes in, kicks straight through the middle. The umpire does not move. 2 on the board for the Pios, and that levels up the scores. 11 minutes into this first quarter, 2-1-13 apiece.
Not incredibly tall, 178 centimetres, 84 kilos. Caleb Fisher comes from Kyneton, aligned with the Bendigo Senior Secondary. So local boy compared to some of the travellers that will be gracing QEO today. Bendigo, we spoke earlier about how Gippsland settled into the game well. Took Bendigo an extra couple of minutes, a couple of quick goals on the board, and it's all square.
No shortage of talls out there, with Cole going into the ruck and getting the knockout. 195, is it, Crooksy?
Yes, just picking that up for you, Rick.
Number 12.
195.
Bring it to ground, Gippsland, but they went without it. Just can't get it out in the open just yet. Good tackling.
Great.
And that was just ferocious by the Powers. Sarong.
Prominent early, Caleb.
Yep. Strongly built lad. And kicks it a long way. Kicks towards centre half forward. Spoil brought to ground. All tackling and nowhere to go. The umpire will ball it up. We're at half forward or centre half forward for the Power. Cole with the big leap. They get it down again. Sarong swoops on it, gives off the handball, but it was intercepted. They should be able to clear again here. Nice work, sweeping handball out towards Rhodey, who gets it towards half forward, but an intercept mark to Pepper. He'll go wide. And they'll go further across to Smith. And hug the boundary, but here come Bendigo. And we're able to repel that and put it out of bounds. Conforti just gaining that couple of yards there to intercept Conforti. Good work.
Tell you what else I'm liking is Bendigo Pioneers coming off half back. They've got a
Some nice run, isn't there?
Yeah.
So they get it down to the front. Flanders, they work it forward. We're at centre wing here. Just couldn't quite get the loose handball out. Bendigo get it, but gets the high tackle. And will play on at centre wing. It's in the hands of Comforti. Goes on the left, spears the pass. Oh, it was nice work. Just right into a little hole there, and Brodie Kemp, he's decided to go to a long lead, and that was excellent foot pass. And it's found his teammate in Fisher, Caleb Fisher, with one on the board already. He's going to kick. It's never the easiest pocket. And Fisher, we've got a pretty good eye on this one. He comes in, he hits it nicely, but a little fade to the right again. So there is a slight breeze down that end by the look of it.
A little bit of in-swing there.
Yeah. Fade to the right. He hit it nice enough, but through from behind. We're all tied up here at QE Oval.
No, they're a point up, Rick.
Oh, they're a bit slow.
Your mathematics, Rick.
TV's still on 13.
Oh, that's moving. Oh, there. I was looking at the scoreboard. Gippsland take it. Feeding handball to the run. Need to be clean. They are. Ends up in the hands of Flanders. Gets the short one away. Now Gippsland go deep. Inside 50. Good positioning. Good defence by Bendigo. They swarm on the footy. They hit the deck. Needs to be careful. Might have got trapped underneath him. Umpire looks. Says no one. Come in. I'll ball that one up. We are 35 metres out from the Gippy goal. Big pack around the ball up. Up they go. Ball hits the deck. Squirts out the side. Pios have got the numbers. They kick out wide. Nice swivel around. They kick to centre wing. It is all Gippsland. Skinner comes off his hands. Picked up for Bendigo here by Roberts. Roberts kicks, and it's all Gippsland. Tommy Fitzpatrick plays on straight away. Goes out wide to Pepper. Pepper's been hot early.
Yeah, he's up.
Kicks off half back. His kicker's errant, and the ball's going to come back from whence it came. This is marked by Shishka. He goes to centre wing. Mark paid.
Been some heavy contact so far, hasn't there?
This is Thompson Dow. Dow on the right boot. Goes long, too long, and again Gippsland decide to switch play. And that wasn't his best kick. And Angus Cole has marked this ball 20 metres out directly in front. And he had the right eye. The switch was on, but the kick was errant.
The kick should have been on the left foot, Crooksy.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good technical point, Rick. As Angus Cole lines up directly in front to give Bendigo their third. He comes in, kicks straight through the middle, kicking for goal. Superb here. 3-2-20 to 2-1-13. The Pios lead it by 7.
That's how you make them pay, isn't it? It was a crucial mistake. He had two loose players, but didn't execute the kick. And some of the passing's been excellent so far in this game, but the endeavour from both teams has been excellent so far.
Reflected on the stat sheet too, fairly even across the board. The only real standout stat at the moment, 33 kicks to the Gippsland power. That's 13 in front of the Bendigo Pioneers. Hit-outs 8-5 going the way of Bendigo.
Trying to work it out of there, and the ruckman doing his own work, or Dunkley got it out. They get it towards the pocket. There's a snap-on goal. It'll come around. It favours Gippsland, but they weren't able to drag it in. Play on's a call. Kick out of mid-air, that was. That was excellent play, and it's managed to pay off because it's landed in the hands of McFarlane, who boots it long. And they work it in a running play through Conforti, who's clever on the left, gets it down towards full forward, but a nice intercept mark that time. Great judgment by Hourigan. They'll play on. They were a bit more careful about the cross goal that time. And here comes the Gippsland power on the way out. That kick came from McGlenn. down towards the centre wing, in front of the interchange. And the power will boot it forward through Kyle Dunkley. Dunkley gets it towards half forward. There's a mark, but it's the Bendigo boys who stand up there in the last line. Shelton gets it across. They'll work it further afield and use the space. Chip it inboard this time. Fitzpatrick will take it. He'll go wide into the shadows. They couldn't see that player out there. Now they'll play on and kick towards the forward pocket. Good positioning. Over the back it goes. In the forward pocket. Little attempt. That would have been 100-1 that goal, but hit the behind post. Out in the full, and they'll do that switch again. Looks like a bit of a game plan there, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And Rees takes it.
Every time they're coming out of defence, they want to bring it around to this broadcast side.
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it?
The execution, though.
Or they're just looking for space, one or the other.
They're just not hitting their targets. I'm sure Rhett McLennan will drive that point home at quarter time. As the ball's thrown in the back is no. Holding the ball, says the umpire. That was against Rhodey. Rees goes forward again. The kick is errant. And the mark will be taken by Logan Fitzgerald. Lovely measured kick. Now they go long forward through the skipper in. Sheshka, the big men fly. Did anyone touch it?
Yep.
Oh, they did. Just got a fingernail on it. 3-3-21, 2-1-13. Gippsland to bring the ball back in.
I'll tell you a quality that impressed me last year with the Pioneers when we saw them, and what they're doing today. They're marking overhead, on the chest. That's a real strong quality of this Pioneers squad.
Gippsland waltz out of defence. The big men fly. Oh, mark not taken. Close. Pressure footy right in front of the comm box. They're on top, trying to trap it in underneath. He's rolled on his back. Umpire looks close to the boundary, and it'll be thrown in right in front of the Bendigo Pioneers dugout. Get a beautiful close-up view of this. We've got Skinner and Gundry going for this. Gundry taps it over the back, looking for some space. Sarong, good hands. Heavy traffic. Ball spits out. Little bit of volleyball to get it out. Eventually, it comes back. Gippsland kick it to centre wing. Bouncing footy. No one can get a handle. I think that might have been a shovel. Gundry goes forward anyway. Bouncing ball. Who can run onto it? Caught on the pocket, and the boundary umpire will blow his whistle, see it over the boundary line, out of bounds, forward pocket to the left of your screen.
So we've got a few around this one. Round the goal square it'll land. Brought to ground, but the Pios will clear to Worm. Worm just taking his time here. He's gone for a Tosca. Play on. Did it go the 15? The umpire thinks it did. And Fitzgerald. Just good guarding here by Gippsland, not letting him out, but they've found a little hole and they'll run on. This could be dangerous now because they pressed up a long way there, Gippsland, and they worked it through the ruck. And a nice take out in front to Clark. Clark will boot it through the left down towards centre half forward. It fell short. They still get numbers this time. Fisher gets it towards the pocket, and a nice intercept mark that time to Flynn Shields. They'll go to the outer side this time, Matthew, and the intercept will occur. Tracy, he goes short, and it beats everyone. Power will mop up, and a clean kick out from Connolly, who gets it to half-back. Free kick will go Bendigo's way, man in front.
Just got to lower the eyes with this entry.
And Reed kicks it, he goes long. Over the back it goes, it's beat them all.
Touched.
I'd like to see the replay of that one. But great kick, had a penetrating kick that time by Reed.
The kicking seems to have a lot of length going to the city end of the ground.
Perfect conditions, yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of length. They're not quite on top. Now the kick comes out right in front of us. and dragged over the line was, no, not Kemp.
Here's the replay of that.
You got what you asked for, Rick. Could have been a finger tipper.
Riley Clark just getting a
fingernail to it.
bee's diaphragm.
Ball thrown in. Bit of wrestling. Which way is this one going to go? It's going to go to Zach Skinner. Hands it off to Flanders. Flanders kicks to centre wing. Mark just spilt. Bobs up. Shiska gets it again. Comes out wide. Funny old handball. Handball off his knees. Eventually it's picked up here by Berry. Berry kicks forward. He needs a mark. It's 1-on-1. Good contest inside 50. Bendigo get back. Help out. Gippsland. Stacks on the mill. Roly-poly over. And the ball will be thrown up in the shadows of quarter time. Gippy had loved to pinch one here. Ball tossed up. Tap down. Bendigo should clear. They go by hand. Go the give and get. Now the run through. This is by Kemp. Long searching kick. Can they get a mark? Oh, he waits for it to come to him. Gets underneath. Now they might get a snap at goal. He handballs to open space and the siren sounds. Quarter time. 3-4-22 the Bendigo Pioneers. Gippsland 2-1-13. They lead it by 9 points after a very entertaining first quarter.
Goal kickers in that opening term, Brodie Kemp, Angus Cole and Caleb Fisher all getting one for the Pioneers, whilst for Gippsland, Sam Berry and Fraser Phillips got on the board in that opening term with majors. We must thank our NAB League partners, NAB Naming Rights and Principal Partner, Open Universities Australia, our education partner and looking after the plays of the week. Kickstart your education goals by visiting open.edu.au. Telstra, our digital partner. Puma, our apparel partner. Rookie Me, our testing partner. The Bar Counter, our nutrition partner. And a reminder to use the hashtag NABLeagueBoys if you're watching the Vision through the NAB League app today and want to chat with us across social media. Make sure you use that hashtag and you're following NAB League across Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Time to take a break here from the beautiful QEO. Look at the crowd descending onto the ground out here. Perfect conditions, perfect day for footy. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo. Round 3 NAB League action coming to you, a triple header today here in Bendigo. At quarter time, 3-4-22, the Bendigo Pioneers. There has been an adjustment to the scoreboard here at the ground. The Gippsland Power 2 straight 12. So it is a 10-point lead to the Bendigo Pioneers as the huddles start to split. Hoping to grab a quick word with the coach of the Bendigo Pioneers, Rick Coburn, who enters his 3rd season in charge of the Bendigo Pioneers. After winning the first 2 games of the season, they're in front. Let's cross down now to Siobhan on the ground.
I'm down on the ground with the coach of the Bendigo Pioneers. Take a handy 10-point lead into the second quarter after settling in nicely. What was your main message to the players?
We're a little bit reactive in the first part of the quarter. The Gippsland boys got the jump on us. We're a bit slow in defensive transition, finding our man, mainly in our midfield. So once we tightened that up, we were far more competitive for the rest of the quarter.
I noticed particularly that the run-off halfback was really strong. Is that one of the main focuses coming into the game?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a very strong back 6. We really encourage those boys to be instinctive and take some risks. So we're hoping that they can start changing a few more lanes with their ball movement and continue to run off.
And just lastly, a 2-0 start to the season. What's the confidence levels been like in the group over this past week?
Yeah, very good. It's obviously been a good start for the boys, and it's been great reward for effort. They had a really good pre-season, so yeah, we're looking to continue it.
Thanks for your time and good luck.
Thanks to Siobhan down there on the boundary with the Bendigo Pioneers coach Rick Coburn. As we get set to get the second term underway here at Bendigo's Queen Elizabeth Oval. Beautiful conditions. Here's Rick Morris to get us underway for the second term.
Umpire throws the ball up. Both players missed it there and sharked out of there by Gippsland, who work it towards the forward pocket, and out of bounds it goes. The 2 ruckmen there, Skinner up against Cole. And they'll do battle again. Half forward, Gippsland attacking. Skinner gets it to the front, sharked away, and they work it towards full forward, and there's a mark, and it'll be an intercept mark this time, and it'll be taken by Shelton. Shelton will go to the outer side of the ground. It was just a bit short of that player. It's out into the clear and allowed the Power in. They've got numbers. Be able to have a shot on goal, and just offline and through for a behind.
Again, stats from the opening term fairly equal. 49 kicks to 41, marks 24 to 19 in favour of the Bendigo Pioneers, hit-outs 9 to 8 in favour of the Power, so fairly even across the board.
Shishka, the captain of Bendigo, is on half-back, slow movement. They get it across. Nice mark taken in front of his eyes as William Wallace. Gee, that's a strong name. William Wallace. He kicks to centre wing, and Kemp, he has been prominent at the so far. Kemp on the right boot, kicks along the line, good defensive punch. Over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Nice size of player, Kemp, isn't he? Fairly mobile, 192.
He is, Rick.
Real good player.
One to keep an eye on. Ball to be thrown in, half forward flank. Bendigo going to the left of screen in this quarter. Nice tap out the back. It's kicked round the corner by Rhodey. He needs a mark, 2 bites of the cherry. Umpire has paid it. Little bit of debate in the grandstand about the worth of that mark.
That's the wet weather mark, that one.
Yes, Thompson Dow, brother of Paddy Dow, now at Carlton, played... He's just starting to show his wares for the Mighty Blues.
Is he better than Paddy Crooksey?
I'll reserve that judgment. But I like his name, Thompson Dow. We won't forget that one. He's directly in front. He comes in, kicks. Very relaxed kicking style. Straight through the middle. The Pios get the first of the second stanza, and they move on to 4-4-28. Gippsland at 2-1-13. There was a score alteration at quarter time from the goal umpires, so they are now leading by 15 points, the Pios.
You mentioned Brodie Kemp. He's had 5 touches so far, 4 kicks, 1 handball, taken 2 marks, and equal leading possession getter for the Bendigo Pioneers currently. There's about 5 of them all on 5 disposals.
Back in the middle, they ball it up, and a big leap from Skinner gets it down, but sharked away nicely by the Pios. And we've got a pack of players forming, still in the centre square. And we'll have another ball up. 2 big ruckman, and Cole wins his own ball and gets the kick out of trouble. He picked up and kicked further afield, but to no one in particular. Good harassing around the football at the moment. Both teams going at it pretty hard, and we'll have to have a ball up eventually. So we're just inside the centre square. Gippsland slightly attacking. And there's a hold. I never know which way that's going to go, but Cole gets it. And Cole will drive it to the outer side half-forward flank. Big kick. He got a bit of yardage and a beautiful mark. Good strength by Maslin. Or who was that? Johnson, sorry, the other opposition. Eventually the kick was mucked up and it left Dow in trouble. They can't work it out of there, and eventually out of bounds it goes.
Just a little more congested this opening 5 minutes of the second term compared to the fast-flowing game that we had in the opening quarter.
The endeavour's good.
Ball to be thrown in between wing and half forward on the outer side of the ground. Nice knockout by Cole. They work in cramped quarters. Kemp kick, just knocked off the kick as he tried to get it going, and the ball has moved around about 6.5 metres and will be thrown in again.
Mentioned the marking ability before about the Bendigo Pioneers. They've taken 30 for the match so far, 19 for the Gippsland Power. Clean hands, the Bendigo Pioneers.
Skinner roves his own ruck work, gets his handball away. Good work by the big fella. Now Bendigo, quick hands. They try to go backwards to go forwards, again in the shadows of those beautiful trees. On the outer side of the ground, cars ringing around, great crowd in, as you would expect with the 6 teams. 6 regional NAB League clubs here today at Bendigo. Ball comes out the back. They just lose the handle. Now Bendigo have got a bit of space, ducks ahead. Sarong applies the tackle. The umpire has a good look at this one. Thought he might have pinged him there. Good work by Sarong. And the ball will be thrown up. We're inside the centre square. Up they go. Skinner gets the tap out. It's roved there by Conforti. Conforti kicks out wide. Punch. Tries to rove his own work. It ends up with Conforti again. Bit of a scrubber kick. Again. It trickles over the boundary line out of bounds. Rick, see if you can clean it up for him.
Got a touch of class about him, Sam Conforti. I think that was a very educated kick, that one, on the right, the non-preferred. Ball in, outer side. Skinner over the back. Flips it back. Sharked nicely, and they work it through Kemp down towards half forward. Well, they've got numbers if they can get it out. Big handball over the top was more in hope, and his player got tackled there, and the Gippsland Power in numbers just held him up there nicely, and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward for Bendigo, who looked to get out in the open, but great harassing by the back line. Tap forward, should be cleared. Berry goes to the outer side. They've got a fair way out there, a bit of a one-on-one, and they work it down the line. It looks a free kick downfield.
Is it out of bounds?
Or they just didn't keep it in.
Could we have a tackle count, please, Matthew? There seems to be a lot of tackles today.
Give me one moment, Crooksy. 22 the way of the Gippsland Power, 13 the way of the Bendigo Pioneers.
And you can find that on your NAB League app. Brought to you, those stats brought to you by Champion Data. So excellent for the people at the ground or at home viewing us here. You can keep up to date as Gippsland kick to centre half forward. The big men fly. Good front and square. Shrugs the tackle. Gets the handball away. Kick at goal through Baldy. And, just to the right. Trent Baldy. And that takes Gippsland up to 2-2-14. Bendigo 4-4-28. As Bendigo bring it back in. Will Shaw goes straight up the middle of the ground. Hits up Josh Treacy. Treacy goes out wide. Again, they're going through the corridor, Bendigo. Handball smothered. Good pressure by Gippsland, trying to turn the ball back over. She's on the carpet, getting close to that boundary line again on the outer side. It's kicked up forward, and Bendigo will decide to switch play. They've got Zach Shelton. Oh, tackle. Great work. Shelton butters up. Flips one out the way. It comes back. Haven't got enough numbers, Gippsland. On the left boot. Close. And that is out of bounds on the full. With Gippsland to take the resultant free kick through Leo Connolly. He goes in short. Right in front of us. Mark taken here by Harvey Neocolis. He goes inboard, hits up Connolly again. Connolly goes to the hot spot. Comes off the hands of the pack. Tackle. Can Gippsland get it out? He's on top of it. He's on top of it. Umpire has a look and says, no, I'll ball it up.
Power's forward pressure has come to the fore in the last 2 minutes. Just putting the Pioneers' defence under a little strain.
Ball slapped away. Bendigo trying to clear, but they get back here to help out the Power.
Oof.
And ferocious tackling on the ball. They might ping him here.
Yep.
They did. The umpire coming in very assertive. Got a bit of sun shining off the top of the nut there. The ump. Bit of a reflection. But good decision. You don't want them holding it in. But that'll be turned over. A nice intercept by the player there in Phillips. But he just stumbled at the crucial stage just prior to his kick and missed. And they're just not quite pegging back the margin yet.
You get the feeling Gippsland are tightening the screws. They just need a bit of reward on the scoreboard for their efforts.
And they'll bring it to ground and they'll attack again, the Power. Kicked around the corner, over the back. They've got an opportunity. Kick on goal. All the way it goes. And a great kick through the middle.
That's Baldy.
Was that Baldy?
It is.
And speaking of Baldies, there we go.
That is Trent Baldy's first goal. That is Gippsland's third. They're 3-3-21. Bendigo 4-4-28.
Light frame, Trent Baldy, 176 centimetres, 68 kilos.
There was a Baldy last year.
There was.
Riley Baldy.
Riley Baldy. Good get, Matthew. I'm suggesting that's a younger brother.
Comes from Moe.
All right. Back in the middle.
Another one with a fair hike to Queen Elizabeth Oval.
12 minutes into the second term. Bendigo will want to answer that goal. Gippsland through. Caught. Trapped. Ball spills out. Comes out to Brown. Brown goes forward. Good contested mark. Got to the front. And that is our man, Caleb Fisher.
Judged it well, didn't he?
He did.
Got to the front and did a vertical leap. Just got the leap on his opponent. Well judged.
Caleb Fisher. He has just kicked the one so far today. Am I right there, Matthew? Got a beautiful view of this. Right behind him, 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from about 28 metres out. Fisher comes in. Kicks and is just fading to the right. Through for a behind. 4-5-29, 3-3-21.
That's two of Fisher's kicks faded to the right now. So it might be a technical thing. And the ball is hugging the pocket down there. at the back pocket. Gippsland will go short and chip it out in front, but a nice take out in front to Reid. He'll bomb it long. Oh, great juggling attempt that time by Papley. Almost held it. He did all the work and dropped the second bite. We're right underneath this. They try and get it out of there. Back into the pack it goes. Trying to work it clear was Kemp. Gets it out. Oh. Little handball. You could hear the smother. Chipped around the corner. Down towards half forward. Oh, slips catch. The umpire's paid it too. Sarong got his hands underneath it. Not sure if it was a bump ball, but they've paid it. And he's kicked long towards the square. And it's come back beautifully, Sarong. Puts it through. They've edged back here, Gippsland, and trail by 2 points.
4-3-27 to 4-5-29. That had a bit of the... that was a perfect ball if you're bowling the Duke ball in England. That had a little bit of out to the away swinger and just moved back beautifully with the breeze. Slightest of breezes here today, and just came back beautifully. That'll be in the Open University's Plays of the Week, Matthew.
Yeah, will be definitely a contender for that. There's been a couple of good goals that we've seen right in our eye line, which is fantastic. We were talking about Baldy before, Riley Baldy. He's still on the Gippsland power list and one of their prospects in 2019, and it looks like they're twins.
They're twins.
Riley and Trent, they've got the same birthday, so I'm assuming they're twins.
Rick and I get very nervous on this.
Our friend Gabe called it one day that they were twins and they were born in different years, Matt.
Yeah. No, I've double-checked, triple-checked, but...
fair chance if they were born on the same day. Every chance they could be twins. Ball in the middle. Gippsland having a good second quarter. Bendigo looking to answer. Ball on the carpet. Congested footy. Oh, nice intercept. Gippsland, long, searching kick up forward. Sarong leads the race to the ball. Shrugs the tackle. Can't shrug it. Feeds out a handball out wide. And boundary line over. Sarong a bit of a standout early, Rick.
I really like him as a player. He's very strong. He did well to get a handball out there when he was collected and still managed to get rid of it.
Ball comes out the back. Ball in dispute. Bendigo crunched with a tackle and too high, says the umpire. Went in low. They play on straight away. This is taken forward by Rhodey. His kick is short and there's an intercept mark on centre wing, and it is Brock Smith. Smith on centre wing. Goes in long. Can they get a mark? Strong hands. And the mark has been taken by Kyle Dunkley. I think he fancies himself here.
He's kicking from right on the 50 here, or 51 maybe.
With the, I'm just struggling to pick up the 50 metre
right where the umpire just was.
Yes, now I am. Bathed in sunshine, not a cloud in the sky here at Bendigo. Dunkley, he will deliver this from outside 50. He comes in, kicks. It's got plod. Dear, oh dear. He could have been 60 out. That is cleared it. Great goal, Kyle Dunkley. That is his first for the morning. And Gippsland take the lead, 5-3-33. And Bendigo a 4-5-29. What are the run the tail of the tape over Kyle Dunkley for me, Matt?
Give me one moment. I was just having a look at Caleb Sarong, who you were talking about a little bit before. He's actually going to school at Geelong Grammar, so won't be playing too many games for the Power this year, so good to catch a glimpse of him today. He's also been selected in that under-18 Australian side, the 26-player squad to take on the KC Demons in a couple of weeks at the MCG. I'll have a look at Kyle Dunkley now. 7 touches for the game so far, 4 kicks, 3 handballs.
They work it out of there, and a nice take that time by Brown. Kobe Brown goes down towards half forward, and he's got Rhodey. He'll work it around. Got support, they've got numbers, but so have Gippsland, and that was great harassment. They didn't let him out, and the coaches love that stuff.
think you were spot on before, Crooksy. The Power tightening the screws. They've well and truly controlled this quarter.
Gippsland will tap it towards the line and clear it. And just overcooked it there, Pepper. And we'll have the kick in that time, and it was Shaw.
He's quite proud of himself, Rick.
Gives it off to Rhodey. And Rhodey boots it long. Getting a bit of distance in these kicks today. Perfect weather for footy. And Pepper is under this, and he was hot all right. They came from everywhere. And back inside it goes. Bendigo attacking, but the opportunities here for the Power defence. Couldn't quite get clean possession, and we've got a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Ball not moving out of that centre half area. I'll throw it up quickly. Another fresh area. Ball just paddling around inside the pack. The umpire lets it go, and we've got a high tackle. Did just stuck into that tackle, so seem a bit lenient on that rule nowadays, don't they?
Ball's out of bounds between centre wing and half forward, right in front of the grandstand. We've mentioned beautiful day, great crowd. Warm conditions will only get warmer for the second and third games of the triple header here at Bendigo today. No one doing anything here, and the umpire will come in.
Just a lot more pressure being shown by the Gippsland Power in this term, particularly around the stoppage, as we take a look at Caleb Sarong.
Oh, Skinner and Gundry, no one decisive. Good fend off. They go backwards to go forwards, Gippsland. It's a dirty big up and under. There was a bit of holding, and the umpire saw that. Good call. Caleb Sarong tries to pinch a break. It was a cracking goal, but Caleb, it doesn't count. Umpire had blown time on, time off, one of the two.
I think it was a good call. It was very late.
It was a late, but it was a good call on the holding the jumper, Rick. And this is William Papley, brother of Tommy. Bit bigger than Tom, just by sight.
175 centimetres and 72 kilos.
Papley goes in short, and the kick is intercepted, cut off by the Pioneers. They kick to centre half back, needs to be clean, and he is. He spots up Ironside. Oh, scrubby old kick. This might come straight back. Good work by the Power. They kick around the corner. They need a mark. Might have a bit too much on it. Over the boundary line, out of bounds, and on the full.
It's the first time this quarter they tried to take the game on the Pioneers, and that just misjudged kick there coming out of defensive 50s cost them.
William Wallace kicks it up long. Again, the ball's going to come back from whence it came. It's a chaos ball inside 50. Baldy can't pick it up. Quick flick out the back. Another shovel up. Bendigo have got the numbers. They need to be cool and calm in a crisis, and they are. They kick out to centre wing. They've got Gundry on the lead. Gets a kind bounce. He handballs it back into a bit of trouble there. Eventually they clear it through Shelton. Shelton goes out wide, centimetre perfect. And the ball will be... wasn't on the full. It was a throw-in. Bit of discussion between boundary umpire and field umpire. Field umpire indicates it is a throw-in. Bang on centre wing.
There's a couple of boundary lines across that area where the interchange is, which can be a bit confusing. They get it over the back, and Bendigo with the attempted clearance, but well sharked by Rees, who really held him up nicely. And this time the Power head towards the pocket, and they kept it in. Was entitled to let it go out, but clever play in the end, because it's found the player in Wallace, who'll work it across centre wing, outer side of the ground. good clean pair of heels. They'll be able to get it down towards the middle of the ground, just forward of the centre now. They're running in numbers. Kemp takes it. He runs off. He measures his full distance, 15 metres, and then drives it towards half forward. Kick was smothered. Good defending, but eventually it'll find the player down there in Wick. Vic, is it, or Wick?
Cooper Vic.
It's Vic.
Thank you.
Vic. You're welcome.
Bubble. Cooper Vic.
So Vic's going to kick from that building over there. We worked out what that building is over there.
It is the change rooms for Bendigo today, and it looks like for Dandenong, I think, in the next game.
Home change rooms, I think.
So Vic to kick from that pocket and kicks it to the square. Over the back it goes. Lands in the front. They've let it go, and it'll be cleared again by Gippsland Power. And they work towards the outer trees. And it always seems to go out of bounds over there, but eventually they keep it in. No clear possessions. And the umpire will pay a throw there. Gippsland to attack, and they'll thump it towards the pocket. Up they go, over the back it goes, rolling, out of bounds.
Once again, we'd like to thank our NAB League partners, NAB Naming Rights and principal partner of the Under-18 competition, Open Universities Australia, our education partner looking after the plays of the week. Kickstart your education goals by visiting open.edu.au. Telstra, our digital partner. Puma, our apparel partner. Rookie Me, our testing partner. And the Bar Counter, our nutrition partner.
Bendigo clear the ball in the shadows of half-time. As the siren sounds, it is half-time here, and we've got a little discrepancy with the score. I'm sure the goal umpires will come and check. We've got the scorers and the timekeepers right next to us here in the box next door. We've got it as, our app has got it as 33 playing 30, but the scoreboard 4-5-29 to 5-3-33. The goal kickers, Maddo.
Thompson Dow, Brody Kemp, Angus Cole and Caleb Fisher, the goal kickers so far for the Bendigo Pioneers. All single goal kickers across the board so far today. Caleb Sarong, Sam Berry, Kyle Dunkley, Fraser Phillips and Trent Bowley, the goal kickers so far for the Gippsland Power. It's a bit of an arm wrestle here at Queen Elizabeth Oval, and the goal umpires have just confirmed that the scoreboard is correct here at the ground. So it is 4-5-29, the Bendigo Pioneers, the Gippsland Power 5-3-33 in this opening match of the triple header coming to you from Bendigo today. A reminder that you can catch the following two games featuring country sides all live through the NAB League app. Make sure you download it at the App Store or Google Play Store. Features live match stats across the boys competition, live vision of all boys matches as well throughout the 2019 season with select commentary, which today is coming to you from Bendigo. We'll take a break here at half-time. It is the Gippsland Power by 4 points over the Bendigo Pioneers.
Back here at Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo. It is half time and the Gippsland Power are leading 5-3-33 to 4-5-29. Phil Crooks and Rick Morris bringing you the action, and we are joined by the coach of Vic Country, Lee Brown. How are you, Lee?
Going well, guys. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. So we've brought you in for some inside trader knowledge on the Gippsland Power. You're the former coach. You had 3 or 4 seasons down there?
5, actually.
5?
So, yeah, I've seen these boys come through from under 15s all the way through now to their top age year. So, now, obviously, with the Vic Country role, I know a fair bit about Bendigo as well. So I've been to 3 or 4 of their training sessions and watched them actually play 3 or 4 times as well. So it should be a good second half. We've witnessed a very good first half so far. It's been quick, been a lot of run, and now conditions are dried up a little bit. It should improve again.
I remember, Lee, I suppose you just sort of mentioned it, you've sort of seen them come through. But I remember calling a Gippsland game down at Frankston Oval. It must have been 3 seasons ago now.
Yep.
And Caleb Sarong and Sam Flanders were 16-year-olds and just blew us away. They were just fantastic. And it's just great watching the journey as they go through.
Yeah, watching them progress is fantastic, isn't it? And, those guys played, that was their first game, actually. So Brock Smith played in that one as well, and it was important. And I think Caleb and Sam both kicked 3 goals in the second half as 16-year-olds to get us across the line.
Early in the piece, Bendigo trying to attack in the pocket. They get it out to a little bit of space and a snap-on goal, and it's through the middle to open up the third quarter. And the player there in Roberts got on the left and from 20 metres out was able to poke it through for a goal. So they've taken the lead, 35 plays 33. So interesting start to the third quarter.
And we're protected up here in the National Heritage listed combox up here, Rick. But I did go out just to make sure the Pies were going to be warm at half time of the next game, and the wind is favouring the city end of the ground. There is a breeze. You'd win the toss, you'd kick with it.
Perfect day for footy all the same, and pretty hot in the middle. Bendigo can't quite break away, tapped over the back, and that looked like Sarong with the leap. No, it wasn't Sarong, that was player there, Neocleus.
Yeah, Neocleus.
Yeah, there
Harvey,
we go.
just call him Harvey or Neo.
Harvey or Neo, that'll do us. And Skinner gets the kick out of trouble. They work it to half forward. Again, the pressure's good. And we'll have a free kick. Which way is it going? So holding the ball.
What's the situation with the squad for Vic Country at the moment? Lee, have you got a squad put together? Is it about to be named? Where are we at?
Yeah, well, we've got the original 30 that was part of the National Academy hub for Vic Country. And then tomorrow we're going to announce an extended squad to that. So we'll add another 25 or so to come in and play some practice games next week against Vic Metro.
So this is a great opportunity for you to see the whole 6 teams all together.
It saves me driving around, guys. Come to one spot and I can see the 6 country teams and fantastic conditions, as you mentioned. So it's great to see and gives the big guys a bit of an opportunity. We've had some windy and wet conditions in the first couple of rounds, so hopefully they can put their skills on display today as well.
And of course tomorrow we've virtually got the same fixture with the under 16 boys. Do you tap into that level as well at this stage?
Yeah, so I'll oversee the coaching structure and help Nathan Harris as much as I can with that as well. So yeah, another opportunity to see all the 6 country teams together, and it's their last chance. They only play the 3 games, so there'll be a squad announced after that one as well. So it's a big day for country, or Vic Country, over today and tomorrow.
A little bit of an untidy passage, but the free kick will be paid to Rolls.
He's one to watch, guys. He's got some real speed. He's been exciting in the first few rounds. He's some real snippets, and hopefully we can see that consistency come out as he develops.
That one was turned over with Brock Smith intercepting, the player you mentioned earlier, who'll get it back and kick to the outer side. Nice delivery out in front. And the Power, that was dangerous. It allowed Bendigo in for a moment with Rhodey getting it out. And there's a free kick paid. It was paid from a fair way away, but the umpire was right onto that, and Rhodey will get the free kick. He's just outside 50 and elects to give it off. And the kick's long and hits the post.
It's Roberts again. He's been pretty busy in the first 3 rounds and continues to hit the scoreboard and use his foot skills really well.
What can you tell us about Brodie Kemp? He just seems to have the perfect AFL body, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He gets a lot of people excited. So he probably played most of his juniors as a key forward. And then Vic Country in the under-16s, through necessity, he went back and played his key position, and he's probably been there for a couple of years and now transitioning into a midfield. So becomes a real versatile player that can impact and play anywhere on the ground.
And they're looking for those bigger-bodied players in the middle, aren't they, nowadays?
Yeah, they are. They're just a normal size now, aren't they? Those 6'4", 6'5" guys, Paddy Cripps, Nat Fyfe and those sorts of guys. So, he certainly fits the mould. This is the last game we'll see him at the NAB League level for a little while as he goes back to Geelong Grammar after the school holidays.
And it's flipped out the back towards the goal square. We've got a dribbler through the middle.
Pepper.
And that was great work. Pepper following his man down to the ground and getting on the board. So it's seesawing a little at the moment with Gippsland moving out to 39, Bendigo 36. Bit of a goal-for-goal game at the moment.
Pepper's getting some real reward, guys, for a big, strong pre-season. He's juggled basketball and footy previously and then really transitioned into his footy this year. So starting to get the rewards for that hard work he's done over the summer.
We're back in the middle, almost 6 minutes into this third term. Nothing in it. Hard to decide which team will take away the honours here today as they're wrapped up in the middle of the ground. She goes. Neither ruckman get a hand on it. Gippsland, again, they're over the top of it. Eventually Bendigo get a quick hacking kick out. They run onto it. Conforti. It's a bit of a torpedo punt. I think it was touched off the hands and Gippsland will take it. So getting the squad together to train, Lee, what's logistically, what do you have to do there?
It's obviously harder than the Vic Metro boys, that's for sure, but we'll come into camp on Wednesday, so we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday all together, and then play the game on Saturday. So we'll have 2 games against Vic Metro, and from there the boys will go back into their NAB leagues or into school footy, and then we'll keep an eye on them as they progress through May, and have another camp then as well.
Where's the camp held?
We're in Melbourne, so we'll spend some time at Windy Hill, the old Bombers headquarters, and Thursday we're fortunate enough to get out to Tullamarine, out at the hangar there. Essendon have been fantastic, allowing us access, and obviously great experience for those country boys to come into that environment and train and be there, and hopefully a couple of the stars are walking around as well.
Well, I'm sure...
maybe Irving Mosquito might be.
Well, they've got Irving, they've got Tipper.
Yes, Noah Gown.
That's it, yeah.
Noah Gown this year as well.
Now we're right behind Caleb Fisher, who gave a bit of left to right at his last couple of attempts. So we'll see if he favours it.
Oh, look at that.
And that he does. He does it beautifully that time. Allowed for the bend, and through the middle it goes. And that's Fisher's second.
It is.
He's a strongly built lad.
Yeah, he's a nice kick for goal. He knows where they are. He kicked one in a practice match from the boundary on the same side as we just saw him kick that one from, but right on the boundary on the run, and it was a fantastic goal. He kicked up a Sebastopol against the greater Western Victoria Rebels. So he's having a pretty good start to the year. The matchup that I like today, guys, is at centre-half back for Gippsland, centre-half forward for Bendigo, Tracy versus Zach Reid. So 2 bottom ages, both wearing the number 22. And both exciting prospects.
Pretty lean types, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
The ball's dribbled forward. The Pios on the attack. Worked towards, or it's Gippsland actually. The Pios to repel. Get it down towards half-back. Now it's been kicked towards the Gippsland full-forward area. And we've got to mark that time Neocleus, or Neo, as we like.
And it was Trent Baldy that got the ball out. Now, he's a twin of Riley.
Yeah, so Riley's injured at the moment, so we're hoping to see him back in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, we would have liked him available in the first 3 rounds, and he's certainly in that midfield half-forward mix at Vic Country level as well. So, ideally, he's back after this next set of buys.
So Harvey Neocleus shooting for goal from 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He hooks it, or he goes right. It was never likely. Through for a behind, so we've got a 3-point margin in favour of Bendigo.
And they'll bring the ball back in. Decides to go long, near enough to straight down the ground. Gippsland get the crumb. Vice-like tackle applied there by William Wallace, as you would expect.
Braveheart. Bit of Braveheart.
He was Braveheart, William Wallace. Freedom. It's all about that. Don't start me, Lee. I could go for the rest of the quarter on it. Ball thrown up, hits the deck. Little squirting handball out wide. Slinging kick to Sparks. Now they go inside 50. Defensive punch. They're looking for a crummer. Quick kick, snap, and through for a behind. That was Neoculus again. Bendigo to bring the ball back in. They decide to come to the grandstand side of the ground. Fitzgerald on half-back, goes along centre wing, intercept mark. Intercept mark by Gippsland. They go into the centre. Mark taken here by Dunkley, Kyle Dunkley. Comparison with Kyle with his brother Josh Lee.
Similar sorts of players, really contested. Josh obviously spent some time in the midfield and then went forward at the Western Bulldogs and now finding his way back into the midfield. So his brother's very similar. He kicked 3 goals in round 1 and he's kicked 1 today as well.
Nicely worked from Flanders. Gets it out wide, forward pocket. Can't quite break away now. Bendigo trying to clear. Still haven't got out of that half-back area, but good blind turn that time. And they'll work it out of there through Rolls. And Rolls gets it down towards the forward pocket. Now, the mark's been intercepted, but was there a push afterwards?
Yeah,
and
he was.
The free kick's going to Thompson Dow.
Now, I want you to, hypothetical, Lee, you're back in the coach's box. That headset's down to the runner. What's the call from that? What do you do?
For the free kick?
For the free kick downfield.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, you've got the intercept mark, but probably there wasn't a whole heap in it. But you just got to be careful, obviously, when the player kicks the ball, that you don't interfere afterwards. And unfortunately, Caleb Strong did on that occasion.
Do you think they need to have that pointed out? Or obviously they know themselves, but...
I think if it becomes a bit of a trend and a habit, you probably need to have those conversations. But if it's a one-off, it's not too bad.
Gippsland sharing it around at half-back, in and out of trouble, and could be in further trouble here. Just got to get it out wider. And we've got a contest here at the back pocket. Great tackle laid that time. And the umpire lets it go. Eventually Gippsland get it out, but not sure it's gone anywhere, and it's out of bounds. The endeavour's been great by both of these teams today.
Yeah, it has. And what we saw there with that run down the wing from Rouse is actually what Bendigo's strength has been in the first few rounds, to rebound from defence and then really move the ball forward quickly. And Shishka and Vass and these sorts of guys across half-back have been really dominant.
That's Ned Flanders with it. Beautiful delivery out in front. And he's got his mate Fraser Phillips.
So Fraser gave himself the nickname the Moth, boys. He's attracted to the big stage and the bright lights, he thought. So self-proclaimed Moth.
The Moth. I like it.
Bendigo.
Oh, dear.
Oh, solid. Kemp loses the tackler. Now they're caught up. Might have been caught high. And the free kick goes to Lias. He goes inboard. It's kicked forward by Rhodey. They need a mark. Beats all comers. Goes over the pack. And like a good defender, just finds the boundary line. Lee, you would have coached that into a lot of the defenders, wouldn't you? Just
just need to keep it simple. And I think sometimes we see the players trying to overcomplicate it or keep the ball in dangerous situations. So just do the fundamentals well, and Brock Smith certainly did that on that occasion.
Ball thrown in. Flanders, little handball out. It's a bit of an up and under. Close. No. Over the boundary line. And the free kick will be taken for Bendigo by Riley Wilson. He goes in laterally. Finds Conforti. He's been busy. Lovely pass up forward. Good defensive punch. Now it comes out for Bendigo. Tackle, didn't have it, but play on, says the umpire. Gippsland, lay it off by hand. Goes to Phillips, the moth. Gets it across. Sparks.
Well done.
Comes back. Now back to Phillips. Wheels around onto his left. Spots up a man. This is good entry by Gippsland. Now they go deep inside 50. They need a mark and they've got it. That'll be amongst the Open University's plays of the day. You can find that on the app during the week. And the mark has been taken there by Flynn Shields, who has marked this. Oh, not Flynn Shields, sorry. Caleb Sarong.
So this is the advantage that Gippsland have with those big body midfielders. They can go forward and catch it. Yep. So Sarong, Flanders, Dunkley, Sparks, these sorts of guys can all spend some time in the midfield and then spit forward.
Sarong, we're right behind him, darts it straight through the heart of the goal. That is Gippsland's 7th. They move to 7-5-47 and another change of lead. Bendigo 6-8-44.
Your role now as Vic Country coach, how does the time measure up compared to your time you spent at Gippsland as a coach? The hours in the week?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. It's probably a lot of similarities in a way because Gippsland is such a big region. You're on the road a fair bit, but
okay.
I've really enjoyed the process of getting around and watching the other clubs train and deal with the coaches and make sure they're going okay and support them as much as we can from a Vic Country AFL point of view. So been really impressed with our coaches out there, not only our head coaches but the assistants as well, who give up a lot of their time to help support these boys and hopefully, follow them through and get to them to their dreams. But I've been really pleasantly surprised at the volunteers and how much effort and care they put in, and it's been fantastic to get out around the clubs.
And what about players that aren't out there today in the 6 teams? Are there any that we've got to look out for in the next few weeks?
Charlie Comden's probably one from this game. He's a big tall lad at 197 who's come back onto the scene. He was injured as a 15 and 16-year-old and then had a real growth spurt. So he's one from this game. There's probably a couple others. Flynn Perez is the other one who's hurt his ACL. He's going to miss the entire season, but he would have been a fantastic player for Bendigo this year. Plays sort of across the wing and half back and adds a real lot of run. So a couple of key players there for both teams that are out.
We've got another younger brother from a player who used to coach. This is William Papley, brother of Tom. Comparisons between the two?
Pretty similar. They play similar roles. So Will's playing as a small forward and he's got a real goal sense, but more importantly, his front and centre work's very similar to Tom. So I reckon they've spent a bit of time in the car and talking to Grandpa Max Papley and about footy, and he's tracking along really well.
Nothing wrong with the kick. Gave it plenty of air, straight through the middle. Gippsland move it on to 8-5-53. Bendigo 6-8-44. That's excellent work by Papley. That was a good kick into a little bit of breeze.
He drew it back a little as well because quite a few have gone across to the right up that end. So they've got out to a sneaky lead here. 53 plays 44. Back in the middle. We've got some big boys out there today, and Skinner gets a fingernail on that one. Gets it to ground. And we'll have another ball up. So often that happens at this under-18s level, the secondary ball up in the middle.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like it to be cleared. But
never worked it out, but it's been quite common. Out the back it goes. Conforti gets it forward towards centre half forward. Good one-on-one stuff. Bit of basketball there with the jump ball. but it finds the hands of Roberts, who flicks it out wide beautifully. Conforti runs around, gets it out in time, but it was sharked away. Oh, excellent bump there.
Holding the ball.
And holding the ball. Interesting call. He was tackled, so... And the tackler there was Fisher. He's right on his limit here.
Thinks he's a show though, doesn't he? He's gone back, he's setting himself up.
He's got a kick from at least 51, 52 metres. And he comes in, Caleb Fisher. Oh, he connects nicely. Gets it down and gets it through.
Fantastic.
Beautiful kick. He backed himself and got the required distance. That's a couple from outside 50 from that end. Excellent connection. And we're down to Siobhan on the boundary.
A quick injury update. Both sides have had a clean bill of health the majority of the day, but Jake Vanderplaat, number 35 for the Gippsland Power, has been off the ground for a substantial amount of time with what looks to be a right shoulder injury.
All right, thank you, Siobhan, down there.
He just copped that in a marking contest at half back where Josh Tracy, who I really like his attack on the footy, and it was really brave by Jake to go back with a fly. So it was a fantastic contest, just unlucky to hurt his shoulder there.
And Skinner gets the tap out. Bendigo should get the clearance by hand. Caught up, good pressure by Gippsland, but now Bendigo have got numbers. They come out wide. And, nice strong mark. Ethan Roberts. 3 bites of the cherry, but strong and contested as you could possibly get. He's on the left boot. Goes down wide. Just goes underneath Riley Clark. Now, Skinner's the brother of Sam Skinner.
Yeah, so another brother of. So, Zach's really developed his body and started to fill out over the last 6 to 8 months. So getting much stronger and bigger in the contest now.
Skinner. The ruckman in the country region, is there plenty to choose from?
Yeah, we got some exciting tools coming through actually. So most clubs have a couple of really exciting young prospects, whether they're top age or bottom age. There's another brother of Henry Walsh who's coming through. He's brother of Sam. He's at the Geelong Falcons. So total opposite to Sam. Henry's actually 202 centimetres.
Really?
Plays in the ruck and very raw. Whereas Sam's obviously that midfielder who's progressing really well at Carlton.
Ball the outer side. Bendigo to rebound and share it through Ironside, but he was tackled and will get pinged. Holding the ball's the call. And they'll play on quickly through Sparks. The umpire said, no, that's not your kick. We'll give it across to, is that Vanderploit?
He's back on.
Back on, nice to see. And he shares it with his teammate in Smith. He goes further afield. Hourigan, half back, just under the commentary box. Rees, I've liked his game. Kicks long, but to a contest. Allows the Pioneers in through Rhodey. He gets it there. Rees slaps it forward. Couldn't get past the Bendigo players there. And charging through. They couldn't quite break it, Shields. Now Bendigo surge forward.
Oh, look at this.
And kick long, long. And just offline. Great play by Shaw.
So Shaw actually, I think he fits into the New South Wales team in terms of setup for nationals.
Yep.
So he is one that Lukey Powell will have to keep an eye on from an Allies point of view.
Is he on the Murray River somewhere, is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
Border of not Mildura or Wentworth or one of those, maybe?
Not exactly sure.
They'll play on here at half back. And Sarong kicks it wide. Just gave his player a chance to get it down. And eventually out of bounds, out of side, half forward flank for Bendigo.
Ball to be thrown in. Kick and a half out from Bendigo's goal. They wouldn't mind another one just with the breeze. As Gippsland clear through Pepper. They go out to centre wing. That was Neoculus. Moved his man underneath the footy. Clears it away. Looking for Gundry. Gets it across. Now the long kick inside 50, and Mark dropped by Phillips. Now Bendigo get a chance. They're going to switch play. Good turnabout. Now it's to Rhodey. Rhodey gets it, takes one bounce. Takes two bounces. Down centre wing. Looping handball. Across to Tracy. Tracy spearing pass. Defensive punch. Comes off hands. Good, cool and calm. Slung on the tackle. Dispossessed and holding the ball, says the umpire.
The tackles have stuck today, haven't they? There's been some really strong tackling where the players have looked to get the handball out but haven't been able to.
Thompson Dow goes inboard, then there's an intercept mark. Gippsland send it. Flanders and Conforti. Good contest. Little bit of jumper tugging. Now Flanders has got it. Right boot. It's a bit of an up and under. Up they go. Mark strong by Bendigo. Taken on half back. Goes wide to Lias. He's bang on centre wing. Matty Lias. Kicks to centre half forward. Needs a mark. Over the back. Couldn't take it. Now they've got it through Skinner. Ruckman's kick. Kicks into the middle of the ground. 3/4 time. Gippsland holds sway by 2 points. 8-5-53 to the Bendigo Pioneers. 7-9-51. We've got a bit of a discrepancy on the app on the coverage today. We'll try and clear that up with the goal umpires at 3/4 time. Just your thoughts on maybe the better players so far, Lee, just from your eye.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good game, guys, and I think Gippsland showed in that quarter that you can actually score against that bit of a breeze. Sarong's been really good for the Gippsland boys, and I've really enjoyed Brodie Kemp's game. Started to see a little bit more speed taking the game on, so that's exciting. We saw Thompson Dow just down in the forward pocket down here make a really good tackle. He's had a very good first 3 rounds, and I think he'll be a key player in this last quarter if Bendigo's to get up and get across the line.
Good work. It is 3/4 time here at Bendigo. I want to thank Lee Brown and good luck for the Under-18 Championships.
Thanks, guys.
You've got your first trial match next week?
Yeah, trial match next week, so a couple of those against the Metro. So
and that's being held at?
That'll be at Icon Park next Saturday, 10:30 and 12:30, so it'll be a big day of footy.
Good work. 3/4 time. We'll be back on the other side of this. You are watching NAB League Boys live on your NAB League app.
I'm down on the ground with the talent manager of the Gippsland Power, Peter Francis. A tight seesawing affair. How have you viewed the game?
Yeah, exactly that. I thought coming into the game that we were 2 really good sides going to play this game, and I thought it'd be tight all day, and it's worked out that way. Power a couple of points in front. We've probably got a couple of goal wind in this last quarter that hopefully the boys will be able to take advantage of. But teams have been able to score the other end against it. So yeah, we're not home yet, and it's going to be a really tight finish and a really good game, I think.
I think Caleb Sarong's been a standout, but who else has performed really well for your boys today?
Yeah, he has. We've been really happy with Sam Berry, who's Melbourne Grammar boy as well. He's from Maffra, obviously, but down there on a scholarship. Thought he's been really good around the ball. Jake Vanderplyde around the ball also has been really, really good. Leo Connolly down back has used the ball really well coming out of there. Ty Horrigan as well down back has been really good, and I thought the work rate of Josh Smith up forward is probably our only real big man up there. I thought his game's been really pleasing. So I think we've got a lot of good players right across the board, but they're some of the ones that have been really impressive today.
The midfield's been a strong part of this game. What were the key areas of development in the pre-season for the side this year?
Oh, really just we really work on the fundamentals all the time with our boys. So just making sure their hands are really clean, good marks, good kicks, good really good at ground level all the time. So really just working on those fundamentals to make sure once they get into a game situation, they can really handle the ball cleanly and hit their targets up. But today's game there's been a lot of pressure on, and our boys have really always been hard and aggressive. So I think we've seen that today from them too.
And just quickly, an injury update. We saw Jake Vanderplyte hurt his right shoulder in that third quarter. Do you have an update on him?
I don't. I was going to check him out before I come out, but not at this stage. But hopefully Jake's okay because he's a really important player to us.
Thanks for your time and good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you. Good deal.
Welcome back to Queen Elizabeth Oval for the final term of this first match of the triple header coming your way today. A 1-point advantage the way of the Gippsland Power. Sets up a cracking final term, cracking day, cracking crowd, great atmosphere around the ground. And it is shaping up to be a beautiful day of football. Who wins it from here, boys?
Oh, I'm just tweeting something and I've put anybody's game. I can't...
Yeah, I can't pick it. The only thing you can go by is the scoreboard at the moment. 17 shots to 13. Slight advantage in forward play from the Pios.
And this has been the scoring end to the city end. Although, good goal by Gippsland working their way into it. So, no, I'm still anybody's game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Two very good country teams. And two teams I think we might see in September.
Making the early call.
Maybe, yeah, early call. Early call, but I think they're both very good.
Both got some real key players.
Yeah,
and,
some rippers.
Enjoying Ethan Roberts' game as well, number 9 for the Pioneers.
I'll tell you what, just looking at the stats, fairly even across the ball. 131 kicks to 115 the way of the Power. Inside 50s, 2 ahead for the Pioneers as Rick Morris gets us underway for the final term.
And it's slapped away by Rhodey, and they're on the move here, Bendigo. Kicking towards full foot. Oh, beautiful take out in front. Really extended the arms there, and Riley Clark's the man. Beautiful gather out in front. On the end of the fingertips, and he's going to shoot from about 35 metres out directly in front. Be interesting to see if there's any wind here. And he comes in, Clark. He'll go on the left, goes left, but it's snuck in. And first blood to Bendigo as they take a 5-point lead early in this final term.
We do need to thank our NAB League partners, NAB, naming rights and principal partner of the Under-18 competition, Open Universities Australia, our education partner, Telstra, our digital partner, Puma, our apparel partner, Rookie Me, our testing partner, and the Bar Counter, the official nutrition partner of the NAB League. We thank them for their support throughout the 2019 season, and don't forget to download the NAB League app. Live stats, champion data stats for all boys games live. All games are live streamed as well.
Ball in the centre, solid contest. Now Gippsland get it clear, searching, kick inside 50. Pepper was held on to, not paid. They lead the race to the ball. Or might have been in the back. Umpire looks and says, no dice. We'll toss that up. We're right on the 50-metre arc. Gippsland going to the right of screen, or the city end. Up she hurls. Tap away by Skinner. Gippsland trying to hack it forward. Bendigo with a bit of body strength. Now it's Flanders. It's up and under. It's in towards the goal square, and there's a whistle on play and a free kick to Gippsland. A bit of holding on. Who's getting that free kick, Rick? That is
Smith.
I think it is. Yep, Josh Smith. Josh Smith, free kick inside the goal square. And you can just about mark this one down in your footy record. Just ever so casually puts it over the umpire's head. That is their 9th goal, 9-5-59 to Gippsland, 8-10-58. Scores are correct on the scoreboard at the ground and on the coverage. We're all level. We're almost 3 minutes in. Goal apiece. Again, I say, anybody's game, boys.
Certainly looking that way. It's been a real traditional arm wrestle, this game. I don't think anyone's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck at the moment. Time for someone to stand up and win the game.
And, geez, he ran into trouble there, but again the ball spilled out. But Bendigo get back and help. Good work in the middle. And we'll have a ball up. 1 point the difference. The Power have a slender lead. And Skinner slaps it forward. should be able to pick it up this time and taken away by Vanderplyte. But intercepted by Bendigo. They go towards the pocket. It's in the hands.
Oh.
Over the back it goes from Clark. Oh, they'll break the tackle. But that's a beautiful tackle.
Now, that
try
should
and
make the Open University's plays of the week. That was
Exactly.
sensational. He was running into an open goal then.
And Zach Reed was the tackler. And A-grade tackle, that one. Skinner taps it out of bounds. Was that deliberate?
Just having a look at that great tackle again from Zach Reed there. Could that be a game changer?
So the throw-ins at the outer side. A lot of people over there as well. A lot of stingrays. And the ball will be cleared by the Powers McGarity, who gets it down to half forward. Smith takes it. He runs around like a rover, but then chips it inboard. And he's found Pepper, who seems to be covering a fair bit of ground. Pepper?
He's been red hot all day, Rick. And back defence and attack.
Harrison.
11 touches for Harrison Pepper.
Might get you to find the leading possession winners at the moment.
I can tell you it's 21 the way of Caleb Sarong. Leading possession getter for the Pioneers is Jeremy Rohde with 19.
Okay, yep.
That was out of bounds on the full by Pepper. And to bring the ball back in for Bendigo is William Wallace. He goes in short to Sam Conforti, who marks, shrugs, turns around, plays on straight away. Lovely intercept mark. Luke Williams, strong, right in front of us. Williams kicks it to the hot spot. The big men fly, comes out the back. Bendigo, they clear it through the skipper in Shishka. He kicks it wide, funny old bounce, and the boundary line is found. We are 6 minutes in. There is a point the difference. 58-59. Gippsland holding sway by the solitary point. We're in their forward line. Ball thrown in. Comes over the back. Quick kick towards goal. 1-on-1. Beats all comers over the boundary line, out of bounds, forward pocket, grandstand side of the ground. Some lovely improvements to the oval, Rick, with that lovely shade and tiered steps there.
Yeah, a little terrace in the pocket, and the new canteen and restrooms over there as well.
Oh, too high. No call by the umpire, and the ball will be thrown up. We're in the heart of 50, about 20 metres out from the Gippsland goal. Throw a blanket over 20 of them. Up they go. Tap to the ground. Gundry caught in a tackle. Too high, says the umpire. And there is a free kick going to Ethan Roberts. Been very good. The left footer goes wide. Now they kick up the ground. They need a mark. Can't quite get it. Ball in dispute. Whistle on play again. And it's another free kick to Bendigo. And it's going to go to Angus Cole.
They've just lost that ability to come out of half back. When we saw in the opening term, they long kicks down the wing or up the corridor. Haven't been able to do that in the second half as often. And you can see here they're caught on that half-back flank.
And Ethan Roberts with the footy. He goes down to the wing. Oh, big fly. Ball comes to ground. Little spin out of trouble, but ran into further trouble, and we'll have a ball up.
In the first quarter, that would have been different. There would have been a player coming through the middle. They would have been working hard trying to create space. They haven't been able to do that in this final term, going down for the easier option, going to the contest on the wing, not getting it to their advantage, the Bendigo Pioneers.
It's slapped forward, but Bendigo trying to work it out of there again. Do well, very well. And it was cleaned up by Brown, who gets it towards half forward. There's a chance here, out into open space. Down to a one-on-one at half forward. Oh, well read. And chipped over to a 15-metre pass and a 50-metre penalty. Good defending by the Gippsland Power. to hold up that attack, and now they'll go forward and out in front. That's how the forwards love it. And a nice mark to
Dunkley.
Kyle Dunkley. Now, we saw him kick from outside 50 earlier, and you'd nearly back him in again on that.
Kicked a goal in the second term, that one coming through for Kyle Dunkley. He's had 12 touches so far in the game today, taking 2 marks as well.
Got a more orthodox kicking style than his brother, and he kicks a little left, gets the distance easy enough.
Commented on the tackling pressure of the game. Leading tackler on the ground by 6 is Jake Vanderplaat. He's racked up 10 tackles through the game today for the Gippsland
That'll
Power.
test out his dodgy shoulder, because he had a sore shoulder, as Siobhan pointed out. And they'll drive it forward again. Up over the back it goes, but Bendigo to mop up. Lias gives it off to the runner in Fitzgerald. He gets it out, and Conforti takes a nice, clever mark. He's looking to play on, and he chips it further afield. They get it on the run through Roberts and chip it forward, but it was overcooked, and Bendigo with numbers. Well, that's gone to Gippsland, and out the outer side it goes.
This is Dunkley. Dunkley wheels around on the right. He kicks deep into attack. Comes over the back, and Bendigo are able to see it over the boundary line safely. 2 points of difference, 10.5 minutes in to this final quarter. Question without notice. What do you think the biggest margin's been in this game? Not much, has it? You'll probably tell us
it was
through
13,
the app.
13 points at one stage.
15 to the Pioneers.
15.
Good game of footy. Pepper taps it into the hot spot. They'll look to rush it over, and they do. Another behind. 9-7, 61, 8, 10, 58. Bendigo defending grimly as they find Conforti. He's been busy. I'll be interested in his numbers, Matt. Sam Conforti from Bendigo, as he kicks to the 50-metre line. This is where they're just starting to fall down. Gippsland have corralled them in there. It's very, very difficult to get it out.
Sam Conforti's stats: 18 touches, 10 kicks, 8 handballs, 4 marks, and has had 5 inside 50s.
Good day's work from young Sam. Working hard. Gippsland, they kick it forward and hits the behind post on the full.
Of course, all those stats generated by Champion Data live through the NAB League app, downloaded through the App Store or Google Play Store.
The skipper in Shishka to bring the ball back in. He goes in short and he misses his target. And it is taken by Nucleus. Harvey Neo. Harvey Neo to bring it in. Gives it a bit of a go. Oh my goodness me, great goal. Great goal, Harvey. Put the ball up. Let whatever breeze there was just bring it from right to left, and it's straight through the middle, and that gives them a handy little break halfway through this last quarter. 10-7, 67 to Bendigo, 8-10, 58.
Only the 6 touches today from Harvey, but making an impact when it mattered there with that great goal.
Pretty important touch, that one.
It is.
Gives them a little lead. 9 points. Gippsland Power.
Bendigo need to win this clearance and do it aggressively if they're any chance.
They won't with Josh Smith jumping all over him. But again, they'll get it out now, Bendigo. Oh, he was pickpocketed there, and out it goes. And they'll get a run through Flanders. And the Power drive it forward. A bit of a push out. And they're all great work. Oh, banana bender just offline. Just didn't allow enough. And Papley was the one having the snap there.
They're just playing with more confidence at the moment, the Gippsland Power. They're backing themselves in with their judgment. Bendigo are a little hesitant, and we've seen it as they again go towards that outer half-back flank.
They need a mark. Gippsland punch the ball back in. There's a whistle.
Throw.
Throw. Okay. And it is a free kick to Bendigo. It'll be taken by Brady Rolls. Rolls goes out wide. Oh, lovely smother of the handball. Gippsland. They go forward through Smith. Mark taken. Rocker Gibraltar. They kick it a centre half back. Oh, dropped what he should have taken. Butters up well. They kick forward Bendigo. Now they're, caught solid. Loses the footy. Flanders flicks it out. Now they're into open space. Long kick up forward by Pepper. Bounces the wrong side of the post. They are attacking from all angles, Gippsland. They've got a bit of a sniff. 69 plays 58. Bendigo bring the ball back in. They need 2 goals and they need it against the tide. They go forward through Logan Fitzgerald. They can't get it over the back. Gippsland send it back. Dirty bounce, ball high. Who will it favour? Again, Gippsland get it. They kick forward. Oh, they're on their own here. Bouncing, and kept. No, it's not. Just rushed over. It's all out assault on the goals.
Yeah, they're just not making the most of it at the minute. They're getting enough of the footy down there, the power. But Rhodey has it. And goes inboard, but Ned Flanders, he's the man. He'll kick it long towards the pocket. Up they go. They bring it to ground. Anyone's ball. They're all tied up in the pocket, and the umpire will have to come in and ball it up. So we're towards the boundary side, 20 metres out from the Gippsland goal. Important play here. They tap it out and they're hugging the boundary line. Eventually it goes out. So this might clear it out a bit.
45 inside 50s to 39 this quarter going, or the match, sorry, for the Gippsland Power. So they're dominating attack, but they're just, it's more of a peppering of the goals rather than strategic play inside 50 to make the most of it.
They webble it forward. Can't quite break away yet. Now there's a chance. A snap-on goal around the corner if you do. Fraser Phillips, the moth, puts it through for a good goal.
Going to be hard for Bendigo from here. 11-10-76 to 8-10-58. It's a 3-goal margin with a little over 8 minutes to go, Matthew.
Going to be hard for the Pioneers to come back. I think they just don't have that attacking. I've said it a couple of times this quarter. They haven't looked as
potent.
The first quarter they looked dynamite coming off half back. Every time they've got the ball in their hands, I don't know whether it's because they're not running hard enough or creating opportunities for themselves. Gippsland, though, through sheer determination, are getting the job done at the moment. One more goal and it's just about over for Bendigo.
Rhodey almost away, but just lost his footing. Good tackle, dispossessed. Now Gippsland butter up. They've got the footy. They kick it out wide, and the mark is taken. This is Harvey Neo. Oh, sells the dummy, goes around, kicks it up into the hot spot. They're looking for a good mark. Comes over the back. Last line of defence, Wallace. Gets it across to Rolls. Rolls goes out wide to Kemp. Brody Kemp spots up a man, sets it up. Gippsland are able to rush over the top. Now they're trying to defend again. They kick out wide. It's rolling right towards us as they come towards it. Roberts tries to keep it in. Pepper gets front spot. Good contest. Little. Oh.
Umpire was right onto that. Good decision.
Good call.
Good tackle by Roberts.
Ethan Roberts for Bendigo on the half-back flank.
Last roll of the dice.
Time now the enemy of Bendigo. He goes in short and hits up the skipper in Shishka.
No one running.
Shishka goes in, just goes laterally. Brady rolls. They switch play. They go out wide. Might have been pushed underneath it. No free kick. Comes back for Gippsland. This is Connolly on the left boot. Kicks to half forward. Beats all comers. Gippsland game just gone down a little gear here. They're playing at their pace. Papley goes into the middle. Doesn't run with the footy. Roberts. Conforti. He goes out wide. Bit of a breeze. Hard to run into. Now it's Clark on the left boot. Goes in long into the pocket. Bit of manhandling. And it's a free kick to Gippsland in the back pocket. It's taken by Hourigan. He goes in short. Hits up Maslin. Now they run through centre half back. Long kick to half forward. Up they go. Mark not taken. We've got Papley front and square. He's tackled solidly by Rhodey, and the ball will be thrown up inside the centre square. We're 9.5 minutes in. It's 18 points Gippsland's way.
A few big men out on the ground today. 25 hit-outs to Zach Skinner for the Gippsland Power. Next best is Gundry with 13 for the Bendigo Pioneers.
And another one there to Skinner. Can't quite break out of there yet. Ball hold up. They need an answer in the next couple of minutes, you'd think. Bendigo.
Heard Lee Brown earlier talk about Flynn Perez, who's out with an ACL. Saw him come down from the coach's box at three-quarter time, so he's still heavily involved with the Bendigo Pioneers.
Now they'll work it out of there again at half-back here. The Power and a spearing pass. And that finds Dunkley, who moves it on. They'll work it out of there, and Berry's the man who gets tackled. They've still got back up, and they go too far back up. And eventually they'll just hold up with Connolly at centre half back. He'll have to play on. Runs around his man and boots it towards centre half forward. Up they go. Good spoil. Oh, that's nearly a mark. They'll play on again through the half back. And the target's Conforti, who picks it up but ran around, lost it. Flanders with the handoff. They've just got numbers everywhere at the minute, Gippsland. Just can get out of trouble easy enough. And couldn't quite get away with that. There was a bit of a throw there. And the umpires paid it. So Gippsland through McGarity. He's going to have to kick from 53 metres. Just looks like he's going to pop it up, or is he going to go for it? Bit of both. Popped it up to the top of the square. Juggling mark by Cole.
Good mark. Good solid mark.
Had all of it. And he plays on to the outer scoreboard. They'll have to take some risks, and that they do, but the execution wasn't good enough, and Berry's the interceptor.
Liked his game.
Yeah, he's been pretty serviceable all day, and he's going to kick from 50.
15 touches for Berry. He's had 4 inside 50s as well.
So Berry comes in from 50. Connects to the right and hits the behind post. So Bendigo get another chance. Just running out of time here, aren't they? 2.5 minutes left in this game.
Matt Elias has got it in the back pocket. He just puts it up. The wind will hold this up. No one can lay a hand on it. Kemp, another big up and under. Was it touched off the boot or out in the full?
On the full.
On the full. Shields brings the ball back in. They go wide. There's a free kick downfield or upfield. No, it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to our man Fraser Phillips, the Moth. Self-proclaimed nicknames, Rick. How does that run normally?
Yeah, well, it can happen in footy clubs, can't it?
Well, normally someone gives them to you. I'm not sure you monitor them yourselves, but anyway, that's okay. He's living up to his name.
Tracks to the bright lights.
Yeah, likes the bright lights. Fraser Phillips on the left boot. That's a cracking kick. Beautiful kick for goal.
I think with a kick like that, he can You're entitled to be able to give yourself a nickname.
Gippsland with the sealer, 12-10-82 to Gippsland 8-10-58. How many has he kicked for the day, Matt? Two?
At least two, anyway.
Three.
Three.
2 goals this term, Fraser Phillips.
Quite good.
1 goal in the opening term as well. I think it's Gippsland's pressure that's got them over the line. I think they've had a little more endeavour for the footy at times. They've had 10 more tackles than the Bendigo Pioneers as well. So just great pressure on the ball carrier from the Power to get them over the line.
So Bendigo to attack, but it's pushed back inside the centre square. They've done it very well, the defence of Gippsland in this final quarter. Been able to hold out Bendigo on most attacks. Bendigo have impressed all the same. Been a good game of footy. And they'll drive it forward again. Just looking for a long option, and they've gone wide centre wing, and Brown has got it. Kobe Brown chips it forward to no one in particular. Now Flanders with it. Shovels it towards the boundary side. Oh, a bit of an attack on the player there. Really barred through. And that's the final quarter here at QE Oval, game 1, where the Gippsland Power have won 12-10-82 to the Bendigo Pioneers 8-10-58, a 4-goal margin.
An excellent game of footy for the first of the triple headers. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the good open style. I think as the game's gone on, the wind has picked up. That kicking to the
most definitely in that last
city
quarter.
end and the right hand side of your device. Is that what we look at things these days, on our device?
That's it.
It certainly was an advantage, and it was hard work for Bendigo in the last quarter, and they were able to pick it up. Down at the ground, Siobhan Rowe is talking to Caleb Sarong.
Yes, I'm down on the ground with Caleb Sarong. That was a tight contest all day, and in the last quarter you guys really put your foot down. How did you assess the team's performance today?
No, it was a great game. Obviously coming off a tough loss last week to Dandenong, another close game, but to have, I guess, the conditions kind of a bit better with no rain, no wind. It was a beautiful day, and then, I think our pressure really got on top at the end and wore them out. So, it was a great game by the boys.
I thought the midfield group was really good today. What's it like playing with the likes of Connolly and Flanders in the middle? Yeah,
it's awesome. Those boys are great. It's great to come back and play with those boys. We're really tight, and, it's really good to kind of get around those boys in the pressure, tackling, and then, being able to convert on the scoreboard, so it's good.
What are your individual goals for the year? You yourself had a great game today, and what are the team's overall goals?
Hopefully we can go as far as possible. Last year we had a lot of bottom majors play and got a lot of experience. So I think a lot of the boys kind of come in this season knowing what tack up NAB League's like. I think the boys are really confident at the moment to get another win on the board. It's really good, so hopefully we can just keep pushing, do well.
And lastly, there were hot conditions today. What does recovery entail for you guys?
Well, we'll jump in, hopefully get some ice bars if there's ice bars in there, ice up, and then head back, get a long trip back, and then come in Monday to the club hopefully, and then get in the spas. Great facilities down at Gippsland, so we use them.
Thanks for your time and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you to Siobhan down on the boundary with Caleb Sarong from the Gippsland Power. Final score once again, 8-10-58. The Bendigo Pioneers going down to the Gippsland Power, 12-10-82 in the Pioneers' first loss of 2019. Both of these sides for the next round of the competition will have a bye. So a week's break for these two. Coming up very soon, we'll have the second match of our triple header here from Queen Elizabeth Oval. It is the Dandenong Stingrays taking on the Geelong Falcons.